Have you ever seen mica powder bring resin feathers to life? Because what's about to happen is stunning. Welcome to Happy Place Creations by Connie. I am so glad you decided to join me today. Friends, today we are working with something truly special. I have this incredible hawk with feathers casting, and I am going to show you exactly how I used intense mica powders to give it this breathtaking iridescent finish. And stay tuned, because I have a little bonus surprise made from leftover resin that you are not going to want to miss. Okay, friends, let's start bringing this hawk to life. And we're starting with the eye. I'm taking my Let's Resin UV resin, the high viscosity formula, and I'm filling in that eyeball opening. And then we're adding a wiggly eye. How fun is that? Now here is a really important tip, so listen carefully. When you put in your UV resin, you only want to put in just enough to cover the very bottom of that area. Because once you place that wiggly eye in, it's going to bring up the level of your resin. And you do not want it to overflow. Trust me on that one, friends. Now I'm using my UV lamp, and this one is double-sided, which I absolutely love. And I'm going to cure that wiggly eye right into place. You only need about 30 seconds to make sure it's fully cured and perfect. Okay, friends, now comes the fun part. But before we dive in, I want to introduce you to my absolute best friend when it comes to working with mica powder. Meet the eyebrow switching sponge. Now this is the most amazing tool you can use if you work with mica powder. And here is why. When you're doing a project with multiple colors, normally, you would need a separate brush for every single color, right? Not anymore. I use simple makeup brushes, just regular everyday makeup brushes. And all you do is pick up one color of mica powder. And when you're done with that color, you just wipe it right on the sponge. And then you go right to your next color. Just like that. No switching brushes, no cross-contaminating your colors, no mess. This thing is awesome. And here is the best part, friends. Are you ready for this? I got mine at the Dollar Tree for only $1.25. Yes, $1.25. So if you have a chance to pick up one or two of these little beauties, I absolutely suggest that you do. Your mica powder game will never be the same. All right, friends, here we go. This is where the magic happens. I'm going to begin using my intense mica powders. I got these a long time ago on Temu, and I'm going to use multiple different colors. No particular order, just pure creativity, friends. I'm placing my colors in random areas all over this beautiful hawk. Just going wherever my heart takes me. And here is something really important to keep in mind. The very first mica powder that touches that mold, that is the color that area is going to be. So if you put your blue in one spot, that is the spot it's going to show. That's why I love putting mine in random areas and then blending them together. That way your colors mix. And you get multiple beautiful colors showing up in different areas. How gorgeous is that? Now, once I've added all my powders, I'm taking my very large makeup brush and I'm blending all of those colors together. And here is why this step is so important. You want every single area of that mold covered. Not one single spot left bare. We want full coverage, friends. Every feather, every detail, covered in that beautiful mica powder. Now, here's my finishing trick. Once you're done with your colors and your blending, you want to blow off all that excess mica powder. And then, I like to take my mold and tap it down on my work surface. You can tap it before you blow or after. Either way works just fine. But what this does is it helps eliminate any of that floating excess mica powder, so you don't have any extra floating around in your resin. It just gives you that clean, beautiful, perfect finish. Okay, friends, now it's time to mix up our resin. I'm using my Let's Resin epoxy for this project, and I mix it exactly by the manufacturer's directions on the bottle. I mix it thoroughly for about 5 minutes. You really want to make sure it's completely combined. And then it goes into my Vivor bubble removing machine. This thing is incredible, friends. I let it run until I see absolutely no further bubbles coming out. Then I slowly release the air and carefully remove it from the machine. Crystal clear resin, ready to go. Now, I'm going to be adding some Let's Resin Black for our beautiful backing color. Now, funny story. I just realized I had sitting right here on my table the Let's Resin epoxy that comes already mixed black. So in a future video, I will absolutely be demonstrating that for you and making life a whole lot easier. But for now, we're going with what we've got, and it's going to be beautiful. Now here is where we need to slow things down and be very intentional. I'm mixing in my black slowly, and I'm pouring it slowly into our mold. And the reason for that is, this hawk mold has a lot of creases and crevices, all those beautiful feather details, and we do not want any air bubbles forming in there. Take your time, be patient, and you want to hold your pour fairly high above your mold. That gives the resin time to slowly creep into all those beautiful little details. Every feather, every crevice, covered perfectly. And when you're finished pouring, spray your mold with isopropyl alcohol. Now, I prefer to use the 99%. I feel it is absolutely the best for bubble defense. Now, friends, I need to stop here for a moment because I have a very important safety caution for you. And this is coming from someone who has learned this the hard way. If you are going to spray your molds with isopropyl alcohol, do not, I repeat, do not use any form of fire afterwards, because you will set your projects on fire. I am speaking from personal experience here, friends. Please learn from my mistake. If you are going to use fire after working with alcohol, I recommend a Bic lighter, long neck preferred. Do not use any high torches. You will burn your molds. A Bic lighter, long neck, that is my recommendation, and only after your alcohol has fully evaporated. Okay, safety first, friends. Now let's get back to creating something amazing. Okay, friends, I want to point out something really important right here, so pay close attention. When you are adding anything to your resin, especially another liquid, you really want to make sure you are scraping the sides of your cup and the bottom. This is just as important as mixing your resin in the first place, because if you don't scrape those sides and that bottom, you are going to end up with streaks and incorrect mixing. And we do not want that, especially in our finished projects. Scrape those sides, scrape that bottom, every single time. Now I have finished mixing in my Let's Resin Liquid Black to my resin, and it is looking beautiful. So now I'm going to begin pouring. And just like we talked about before, I'm keeping my pour up at a height and letting it slowly, gracefully pour right down into that mold. This gives our resin time to creep into every single feather detail, every crease, every crevice, and it helps us eliminate those sneaky little bubbles. Once I'm finished pouring, I will spray it with some isopropyl alcohol. And I will not be using a lighter today, so we are absolutely playing it safe, friends. We learned our lesson. Safety first at Happy Place Creations by Connie. And now comes the hardest part, the waiting. I'm going to allow this to fully cure, and then I will be back for our demold. But before I go, I do have a little bit of resin left over, and I am going to show you exactly what I'm going to do with that. So you are going to want to stay tuned, friends, because you do not want to miss this. Trust me. Okay, friends, here is a mistake that we all make from time to time. And I mean all of us, even me. So don't feel bad if this happens to you. We have overfilled our mold. But here is the great news. This is so easy to fix. All you need to do is simply remove some of that extra resin that's snuck in there. Now, there are two ways you can do this, so let me walk you through both. Option 1, grab a spoon and simply spoon out that extra resin and put it right back in your cup. That is exactly what I'm doing right here. Option 2, take a paper towel, set it right over the top of your project, let it absorb that extra resin, and toss it in the trash. Now, both methods work perfectly fine, but I personally prefer the spoon method, and here is why. That extra resin doesn't have to go to waste, friends. I can put it right back in my cup and reuse it. You already know how I feel about wasting things. Nothing goes to waste at Happy Place Creations by Connie. Now, once I've removed that extra resin, I'm going to clean up my edges right now while I can. And this is such a smart move, friends, because cleaning up those edges now while the resin is still workable means less cleanup at demold time. Less sanding, less polishing, less work overall. Work smarter, not harder, right? Now, remember that extra resin I just spooned out? Well, I told you nothing goes to waste. I'm grabbing an extra mold, in this case, a beautiful oval mold, and I am pouring that leftover resin right in there. This is going to become the backing for our bonus project. Are you starting to see where this is going, friends? Now, friends, do you see that cup I just emptied by pouring in that extra resin? Well, don't think for 1 second that cup is going in the trash, because that is not how we do things at Happy Place Creations by Connie. Here is exactly what I do. I take that cup, I wipe it out with a baby wipe first, then I spray it with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, and then I wipe it out thoroughly with a paper towel until there is absolutely nothing left in that cup. And then I set it aside for 2 days. And after those 2 days, that cup is ready to use all over again. And I do the exact same thing with all of my utensils, friends, every single one. That means no rebuying, No replacing, no unnecessary spending. I am saving money every single time I create. Now, you also saw that plastic teaspoon I used to transfer that resin from the hawk when I overfilled it? Yes, that little spoon got cleaned too. Baby wipe, paper towel, little bit of alcohol, and that spoon is ready to go again. And my plastic stir sticks? I can reuse those over and over and over again. As long as you keep your utensils clean, you can use them many, many times. Friends, let me break this down for you simply. Everything is reused, nothing is wasted, and money is saved. That is how we do it at Happy Place Creations by Connie. And I promise you, once you start doing this, you are going to wonder why you ever threw anything away in the first place. Okay, friends, remember that little promise I made you? Well, it is time. Everything has fully cured, and now we get to work on that bonus project I teased you with. And oh my goodness, you are going to love this. So here's what I have picked out. I found this absolutely gorgeous little frog sticker, and he is holding the most beautiful daisies. Is he not the most adorable thing you have ever seen? Now I'm going to apply him right to the center of our oval piece. And I want to make sure he is laying completely flat, no air trapped underneath, because we want him perfectly sealed into this project. And that is not all, friends. I have also picked out some gorgeous little clay daisies to go along with him. Because every frog needs his flowers, right? Now here is where the magic really starts happening. I'm applying my Let's Resin UV resin to seal in this first layer, and I am placing my little clay daisies around the edge, giving our frog the most beautiful little garden border. And we have one more special touch. A little butterfly going right on top of the frog's head. How precious is that? Now everything goes under my Let's Resin UV double-sided lamp, and we are going to cure this for about 1 minute. Just 1 minute, and watch what happens next. friends! I just want to jump in here for a really important tip that I almost forgot to share with you. When you are working with UV resin, please remember, do not use your isopropyl alcohol to pop your bubbles. This is where your long neck Bic lighter comes in. Before you put your project under your UV light to cure, you want to take that long neck Bic lighter and quickly and carefully pass it over the surface of your UV resin. This is going to pop every single one of those sneaky little bubbles before they get locked in. Now here is why this step is so important, friends. Because once that UV resin cures, those bubbles are fixable. But it is not easy. You would have to drill them out, re-pour your UV resin, and put it back underneath your UV lamp all over again. Trust me, that is a lot of extra work that we can easily avoid by just taking care of those bubbles before we cure. So let's do this right the first time, friends. Lighter first, UV lamp second. A few extra seconds now saves you a whole lot of work later. Your projects will thank you, and so will you. Now you're probably wondering, Connie, why did you just put that sheet in front of your UV light? Great question, friends, and I am so glad you noticed. Here is the reason. And please listen carefully because this is very important. UV lights are toxic to your eyes. They can make you go blind. And I do not know about you, but I would very much like to keep my eyesight, thank you. So, because I am sitting right here in front of that UV lamp, I am protecting my eyes by blocking those UV rays. And I want you to do the same thing, friends. If you are going to be sitting anywhere near your UV lamp or any type of UV lamp, please, please protect your eyes. Block those UV rays however you can. Your eyesight is precious, and no resin project in the world is worth losing it over. So block that light, protect those beautiful eyes, and keep on creating safely, because we want you crafting with us for a long time to come. All right, friends, we are on to our next layer, and this is where things get really beautiful. Now I'm going to be adding some multicolored glass to our piece, and this is going to work as either an ornament or a keychain, whichever you decide to make it. How fun is that? Now, as you saw me do earlier, I added some crushed crystal to my UV resin. And now I'm going to take that gorgeous mixture and I am going to place it around the edge of our piece, sporadically, just here and there. Now here is why I am being so intentional about placement. I do not want that crushed crystal mixture covering our beautiful daisies. What I want is for that UV resin and crushed crystal to frame the outer edge, while leaving our center completely clear. And do you know what that is going to create? A gorgeous three-dimensional effect with a beautiful clear mirror right over our frog and his butterfly. so you will be able to see him perfectly, just like looking through a crystal clear window, with all that sparkle framing him around the edges. Is that not absolutely stunning? Now this goes under our UV light, and we are going to cure this for about 5 minutes. And then it is demold time, friends. Once I demold our piece, I'm going to put it back under our UV light, 5 minutes on each side to make sure it is completely and fully cured. And I will do a little bit of sanding if needed once we demold, just to make sure those edges are absolutely perfect. And then, friends, stay tuned, because I am going to show you pictures of both of our completed projects today, the hawk and our gorgeous little frog. You are not going to want to miss this reveal.
Thanks for watching. I loved having you here today. If you'd like to see some of the items I make in my videos and more, you can find them in my eBay store. The link is conveniently located right down below in the description box. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and family. That's how my channel grows. Most of all, please share your own ideas and projects in the YouTube community tab and on my Facebook page, Happy Place Creations by Connie, so we can all enjoy your creations together. I can't wait to see what you've been working on. I'll see you again soon, right here on the same crafty channel, at the same crafty time. Happy creating!